Hi everyone, this is Craig Barch from WSXGames, and today I will be showing you how to make a simple Pong game using GameMaker 8 or GameMaker Studio. If you don't already have GameMaker 8 or GameMaker Studio, you will need to download one of them from the link that I will have in the description. Now we are going to make a Pong game that should end up looking something like this. You're going to have to wait for it to load here. Here we go. You move the paddles with the arrow keys and W and S keys. You lose, it'll display that the other player wins, and P to pause. And escape to exit the game. Now, we're going to begin. So you open up a new game with GameMaker 8 or GameMaker Studio. I will be using GameMaker 8 because GameMaker Studio has not been working lately. So we're going to need to load up our sprites. So, if you have GameMaker 8 or GameMaker Studio, you should have some of the sprites, like the ball and the bats. So, I'm going to load up the paddle. It will be under, here let's start here at desktop. On this sidebar, you want to click on Computer, Local Disk C, Program Files times 86, GameMaker, Sprites, Bouncing Balls, and there are your bats. I use the large bats because they look good and it's a good size. The small bat just seems too small for a normal Pong paddle. Then we want to load up the wall, which there are walls here, but I'm going to use ones that I created. We're going to go to Paint, if you want to make your own. You go to Paint, and you resize it to be however large you want your walls to be. Mine are 32 by 32. Now you're going to need to load your hole. The hole is what the ball will hit so that we know that the other person loses. Yeah, that's what makes it display the image. Then we're going to load up the final sprite, the ball. This I will use from my GameMaker resources. I'm going to use a pinball. Now, we're going to need to load up your Pong background. Just going to name it Pong. Sounds easy. You can name your things anything you want, just so as long that you know what it means. Okay, then you hit OK. Do not check Use as Tile Set. That will mess it up. Now we're going to start making our objects. So we're going to need object 1 will be wall. You want to make it look like the wall, so you load up the wall sprite, make sure it's visible and solid. Now we're going to make the holes. You're going to need to make 2 holes, so that when the ball collides with the separate holes, different people can win, versus player 1 winning every time. Then you load up your hole sprite. visible and solid. The hole sprites don't have to look different for both holes, because it just displays a different message, but you want it to look the same. Visible and solid. Make sure I did that with this one. Okay. Now you're going to need to make the object paddle. Everything in this game will be solid. So you load up the sprite paddle, and now add event. Keyboard. I'm going to use up and down because that's easier. Now we move in the red arrows, which will be moved fixed. Now when you press the up key, you want to move it up. Make sure that is the only box selected. Now you want to move it at a speed of, let's say, 5. Now we're going to also do the same thing with our down key. Move in at a speed of 5. Now, when you let go of the button, you want the pedal to stop moving, so we're going to have to program in things for when you release the key. You want to click the middle box so it's not moving. Just double check something here. Okay. Now we're going to release the down key, middle, 5. Now one more is collision with wall. When the paddle hits the wall, you want it to stop moving. So we're going to do the same thing we did with the release keys. Make it stop moving at a speed of 5. And this is the object paddle. This is all I have time for on this video. To finish your simple Pong game, watch my next video, which will be how to make a simple Pong game in GameMaker 8, Part 2. This is Craig from WSXGames. Thank you, and goodbye.